Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use dimensional analysis to do conversion. So dimensional analysis is really just a tool to do conversions and solve problems. So some of you may know different ways to convert between units, and that is awesome. During this unit, I'm not going to force you to use one method, but I will tell you that for what we're going to do in this unit, dimensional analysis is the best tool. So in this topic, I'm going to ask you to learn this tool. If later there's another way that works better for you, I'm not going to stop you from using that, but this is a really, really helpful tool, not just for this class, but also for physics. So we're going to focus on learning this right now. All right, so let's say that I wanted to convert 32 grams into ounces. Now, we don't really do that in science very much because we don't use ounces, but again, this is just to help us learn this technique. Now, you might be like, well, I can just do this on my calculator without showing any work. Yeah, I know, but the point of this is to learn this technique. So what I'm going to do anytime I try to solve a problem with dimensional analysis is I'm going to start by identifying what I'm given in the problem. So what I'm given in this problem is that I have 32 grams. And then I also need to find out what I'm trying to convert that to. So in this case, it's ounces. All right, so I'm going to start by writing what I'm given. So what I'm given here is 32 grams. And it's really important when you do that, that you not only put the number, but also the unit, okay? All right, so I've started by writing what I'm given. Now I'm going to leave a big blank space, and I'm going to put an equal sign, and I'm going to just write the unit that I'm trying to convert to. And usually we abbreviate ounces as OZ, so I'm going to do that here. All right, so now I'm going to draw, people call this all kinds of different things. People call it the fence, people call it railroad tracks. I'm going to draw some lines, and this is what I'm going to use to organize my work. Now, once I've written what I'm given and where I'm going, I'm going to take the unit here, not the number, just the unit, and I'm going to move the unit down to the bottom, okay? Because my goal is to convert to a different unit. So I want to be able to cancel this unit out. Now I'm going to ask myself, what can I convert grams to? Do I have any kind of relationship that I can use? So I know from this problem that there are 28.3 grams in 1 ounce. So what I'm going to do now is I have grams as my unit on the bottom, and I know I can convert grams to ounces. So I'm going to put ounces here, okay? Now, once I've written my units, I have to figure out what numbers to put in here. Okay, so I'm going to say this statement as a sentence. There are 28.3 grams in 1 ounce. Okay, and then I'm going to say it as I write it, and that's going to help me make sure that I put the correct numbers in the correct location. So there are 28.3 grams in 1 ounce. Okay, now my grams units cancel out, and I'm left with ounces. Then I have to ask myself, is that the unit that I want at the end? It certainly is. So if that's the case, that means that I'm done and ready to solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything on the top and divide by everything on the bottom. So on my calculator, I would put in I put in 32 times 1 divided by 28.3. And when I do that, I would get 1.13 ounces. Okay? Now, do you know how to do that another way? Yeah, probably, and that's great. But we're going to try it this way just to learn this technique. So I'm going to show you another example now. And if you want to pause and try this one on your own, you can, or you can just watch me do it. All right, so here I want to convert 52.5 inches into centimeters. Okay? So again, I'm going to start by identifying what I'm given and identifying where I'm going. And sometimes it helps to have some kind of a system like circling what you're given and underlining where you're going, but that's sort of up to you. All right, so I'm going to start by writing what I'm given, 52.5 inches, leaving a big space, and then writing the unit that I'm trying to convert to. Now I'm going to draw this little thingy, okay? Now I'm going to take this unit that's up here and move it down. So what can I convert inches to? What conversion factor do I have? Well, I was given a conversion factor between inches and centimeters. So now I'm going to put centimeters up here. All right, now I have to say a sentence that has both of those units. So there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. Now I'm going to say it as I write it. There are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. Inches cancel out. I'm left with centimeters, which is the unit I want in the end. So that means that I'm ready to go ahead and solve my problem. So 52.5 times 2.54 divided by 1 gives me 133 centimeters. Okay? And that's how you set up these problems. So I want you to try the next couple problems on the Discovery, and then I want you to watch another video on how to do slightly more complex problems.